Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for July the 11th to the 17th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everybody. Two of Pentacles, Aquarius. Okay, let's get your other cards out here. The Fool, both of these in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse following the Fool. Wow, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, so you've got the Ace and the Two of Pentacles, the Fool and the Judgment card all in reverse, and Temperance in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So you've lost your patience. You're no longer sort of trusting the flow of something here. Okay, so you've got a difficult decision to make. You've got two pentacles here, and I feel like you're needing to choose one. And you're having a hard time. There may be opposing forces sort of pulling you in different directions, so it's hard to make a choice. You may not be trusting yourself to make a choice, and that's creating a delay here for you. It almost feels like something may have to come to an end for this new beginning to be realized, but that in order for whatever needs to come to an end to complete itself, you've got to let it go, or you've got to accept that this is coming to an end so that something else can begin. The Judgment card can really be a time of self-realization, okay? Like almost like an aha moment, like an awakening. It can involve sort of receiving a final sort of verdict on something, you know, getting closure. But this is, when it's in reverse, it tells me that we're sort of having a difficult time letting go of something. You may be denying yourself something. You're not seeing the true nature of something. And it's like there's self-doubt. You could be there, something could be an illusion around you, or you yourself may be wearing a mask and you're not sort of being your authentic self, because maybe there's like we said, there's some sort of opposing forces on you here, and you're not able to find balance. You're having a hard time finding balance here. You need the balance. That's the thing, is that you desperately need this balance, because right now these two options are sort of like oil and vinegar to you, or oil and vinegar. I'm thinking of lunch. Oil and water. Like they're just not able to coexist. There are two forces that are unable to coexist, and the tug and war here, the tug of war between these two things is creating a delay in a new beginning. It's also creating a lot of self-doubt and a lot of hesitation on your part to sort of do something different. It's interesting. It's really having an impact on your foundation here. It's like you're thinking, well, what if I miss an opportunity? What if I choose the wrong way and I end up missing an opportunity? And so it's interesting, like it really feels like what needs to be infused in this situation is some confidence, and also this idea of not doubting yourself, to almost invite the unknown and say, I trust the universe. I don't need to know what's coming around the corner. I trust myself, and I trust that everything happens in the time and space in which it needs to happen. And that's missing right now. There's a lack of that right now, and something is sort of pushing you to be impatient with this dynamic. Like you're sort of unable to stay grounded in that trust energy, and that's what you need to do. That's where you're being guided this week. You're sort of being guided to surrender to the idea that things may not be clear, but you don't need to overanalyze things, because that's actually creating a lot of self-doubt for you. And that sometimes we need to sort of just surrender to what is, instead of trying to sort of this idea of asking why is coming in my mind. Like that you might be saying, well, why is it like that? And focusing so much so on the why that you're actually sort of distracting yourself from the choice that needs to be made. You know what I mean? Like that Two of Pentacles, I can't help but think that seeing it in reverse says to me that it's time to slow down. It's time to seek balance, and then you will know what to do. So it's almost like you have to go within and sort of clear out any sort of doubt or disbelief or limiting beliefs you have about a situation. Bring stillness to the mind when it comes to needing to control something and understand if this, then this, like trying to make a plan instead of just going with what feels right. I feel like if you can bring that stillness in and sort of allow that space for your mind to be quiet, you'll know what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a few steps before making this decision that you almost need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, instead of why is all of this happening, what's causing me to feel a lot of self-doubt and hesitation, lack of trust, lack of patience? That's very interesting, Aquarius. I feel like you're just wanting this new beginning now, right now. And you don't want to have to make any choices. You don't want to have sort of this oil and water dynamic where things just aren't blending naturally. If things aren't blending naturally, perhaps they don't belong together. I'm just going to throw that out there. That, if things feel like they're completely in polarity from one another, perhaps they don't belong together. So then that means that we must take the road that feels like the right one for us, and I feel like that's where you're having a difficult time with this process. It's very interesting, and it's sort of starting to create more self-doubt than clarity here. Yeah. This needs inner stillness for sure. Let's see what guidance you'll receive here. Deep emotional healing. Interesting. It says here, your heart is ready to heal from the past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. Are you? I hope so, because I feel like that's exactly what you need. There needs to be some sort of inner healing. Bottom of the deck is forgiveness heals. And so perhaps something just needs to be forgiven. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to forgive someone else. Maybe, like I was saying, you just need some time to devote to yourself here so that you can regain the ability to be patient and trusting the timing of things instead of being in such a rush. And I say that because I see the Knight of Rods in reverse right after Temperance here, which says to me, you could be shooting yourself in the foot here. Like, taking your time with this is what's advised, like sort of taking a minute to bring stillness to the inner self through healing, through forgiveness, through looking at these triggers, whatever's got you feeling like completely overwhelmed or unable to be patient or trusting. That almost feels like what you need to pay attention to, instead of maybe sort of this other idea that you need to know how each path will turn out or why these things are like oil and water. You know what I mean? Those could be questions that you're asking yourself that could be sort of furthering your own hesitation and furthering your own feelings of self-doubt and keeping you wearing a mask instead of just being authentic and being like, this is the choice I feel I want to go for and I'm just going to go for it. It's very interesting here, Aquarius. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Nice, quick short readings this week. If this has resonated with you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. Sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a great week. Take care.